Good afternoon everyone, welcome to my kitchen. For those of you that haven't been here before, my name's Janice and I'm a Thermomix consultant. So for tea tonight we're having meatballs, and I've got a recipe that uses the blade cover and also it uses the slow cook function. So I thought that was a nice combination of things to show you, and I have got it saved into my week, and I think I have got everything here that I need. So it's meatballs in tomato sauce. I'm using the TM6, and I'm not sure yes, this recipe also uses the high heat mode. So we're going to start cooking. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to have a quick look and make sure my bowl is empty. Here come the flies. Now I want 60 grams of Parmesan cheese. This Parmesan cheese is actually really hard. But it's not 60 grams. Oh, it's perfect. I've got this other one here, but that was one of those really expensive ones. It's absolutely delicious, but it's really dry. Okay. A clove of garlic. And then we're going to put the lid on. 8 seconds, speed 8. I didn't know if I was going to need a bowl to put that in because I haven't read the recipe properly. So let's have a quick look at that. Delicious. Okay. Now we've got, I'll put a glove somewhere. Okay. So I want 300 grams of lean beef mince. I've got some mince here that I'm going to bag up and pop in the freezer. The first thing I'm going to do is get some out for this. So you can use your Thermomix to make your own beef mince, but today I have bought some. 300 and 300 grams of lean pork mince. So, I mean, obviously if you can't get lean pork mince, you can use veal or beef, more beef, whatever you want. But I went to the butcher's and they had some pork mince, so now that there, I'll package up and I'll pop it in the freezer later on. Okay, 30 grams of breadcrumbs. Now they don't say fresh breadcrumbs or anything like that, but I've got panko breadcrumbs, so. Quarter teaspoon of dried basil. Well, I've got some more herbs here that need to go in my canisters. Quarter teaspoon of dried sage, and 1 teaspoon of dried oregano. A half to 1 teaspoon of salt, quarter teaspoon black pepper, and now we'll mix it up. 10 seconds, speed 5 with the blade in reverse. So I love making meatballs and rissoles using Thermomix. It really gets them nice and sticky really fast without having to take ages. So we're going to divide it into 20 portions, approximately 30 grams each, and shape into balls. So you can weigh it if you want. Oops, that won't work, will it? I'm just going to get a bowl to tip this in. I think I've put my rissole glove in the bin, actually. I have. Okay, so you can, if you want, weigh it if you want to be exact. It's okay. I'll get another couple of gloves. So if we go here, go scales. What's that look like? Oh, that's big. Okay. Like that. So we want the meatballs to be about that big each. Oh yeah? So what we'll do is we will, get out of that, continue on while I'm doing this. So, so it says to place onto a plate and set aside, so I'm just going to put them onto this cutting board. Okay, now we want 20 grams of olive oil, So this recipe is not a last minute type of recipe. It takes like about 4 hours to cook with the slow cooking mode. So it's actually 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So what I'll do is once it's finished cooking, I will I'll put it in a thermoserver, and when we're ready to eat, I'll cook some pasta. Or when we're nearly ready to eat, I'll cook some pasta. So it says 3 cloves of garlic cut into halves. I didn't do that. Why don't they mean that way? Let's do it that way. Like that. Now it says to place the simmering basket on the lid instead of the measuring cup, and it's just out of reach. We're going to cook that for 3 minutes at 120 degrees on speed 1. Rightio? I'll be back when that's done. Okay, so now we want 200 grams of onion cut into 1 centimetre wedges. So let's do this. So I've got 2 slightly, not quite a medium onion, they're just a little bit bigger than a small onion. So hopefully that'll be 200 grams. Oh, and I didn't weigh that. So what we've got to do is, that'll tell you how much it weighs. We're up to 75 grams. I'm only weighing this for the video. I mean, I'm not going to put any more or any less than what these 2 onions are. 186. Now we're going to put the lid on with the splash guard, which I haven't grabbed, so I'll grab that now. Okay, splash guard, done. 6 minutes, high heat mode, maximum temperature, high heat mode. Rightio, I'll leave that now. That's 6 minutes, so we'll be back. Well, actually, what I'll do is I'll let this come up to heat, and I'll let you all listen to the lovely sizzle sound it makes once it starts frying. That smells delicious already. We'll come back to the video once this is finished. So I got 24 meatballs that size. That was the first size, and they're all pretty similar in size. I mean, they're not exact, but so we're going to pop the measuring cup into the lid, and I'll do that so you can see that nice browning that's happening. I don't know if you love the smell of like caramelising onions, but I do. 3 seconds, speed 4. And then transfer into a bowl. We need a spatula. Okay, now we're going to insert the blade cover. So they're the clips that go on around the blade, and that's the top. And we just pop it in there, and there's only one way it can go because it's got a curvy shape. It sits over the high blades and the low blades. And now I've got the metal one. You can also get the plastic one. Well, you can't get it anymore. The metal blade cover is also the potato peeler, the veggie peeler. So, and it's got a little video you can watch if you want to. Okay, 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce, or 2 teaspoons, sorry. Okay. Just put it all in. I have got heaps more, but that's actually enough. Okay. 50 grams of red wine. That a Cabernet Merlot. Good one. 800 gram can of chopped tomatoes. So this is 2 400 gram cans. And this is one of my favourite brands because all that's in there is diced tomatoes and tomato juice. Okay, now we want some tomato paste. And we want 50 grams. Okay. 2 teaspoons of chicken stock paste. So this chicken stock paste I make myself in the Thermomix. Whoops. It's just herbs. I don't know if it was a fly or not. It's just a dried herb. 5 grams of white sugar. And that's just to cut through the acidity in the tinned tomatoes a little bit. Dried oregano. I'm looking forward to putting some of this stuff away because it is truly doing my head in, all this mess. Okay. So this is a ½ teaspoon measure because I used the teaspoon measure for Worcestershire sauce and then I used it for chicken stock paste, so I don't want to put it in my spices. 1 to 2 pinches of salt. A nice big pinch. 1 to 2 pinches of ground black pepper. Once again, a really nice big pinch. The reserved onions and garlic. Okay. And then we're going to put the lid on with the simmering bask in position. 10 minutes, we're going to cook that for 10 minutes at 100 degrees, speed 1, with the blade in reverse. So once that's cooked, we come back and we put the meatballs in. So I'll be back in 10 minutes. Now we're going to add the reserved meatballs. So we'll pop this off. And they're just going to go in on top of that sauce. So I did cover them with glad wrap because there was flies everywhere, still is. Okay. And now we're going to put the lid back on with the simmering basket instead of the measuring cup. And this is a safety feature with a safety procedure with your Thermomix, because once you've taken your temperature over 95 degrees, you should use a simmering basket instead of that, just in case the food pushes up against that and jams it in position. So rightio, or something along those lines. So we're going to go next, and now we're going to, this now is 3 hours. 3 hours at 95 degrees using the slow cook function. So now I can walk away. I can go and find something else to do. I mean, not that there was a few breaks in this, so I have done a fair bit of other stuff. I mean, I've cleaned up the kitchen and that. So now all I've got to do is pop this in the dishwasher and this in the bin. And my kitchen is cleaned up from cooking tea, and I won't have to make another mess until it's time to cook the pasta. Rightio, I will be back once this is finished and we'll have a taste. Okay, so that's our 3-hour slow cook timer. Oh, hang on. It says mode is done. Okay, so it says season with salt and ground pepper to taste and then serve. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this in our thermo server. And I'll cook some spaghetti, and I will cook it in the Thermomix. And we'll serve this up with a bit of, I'll grate some more parmesan and that. But in the meantime, let's have a little taste. So this was actually a good one. I mean, I was home all day, but I had lots to do. And the Thermomix did all the cooking for me. Oh, I did a little bit, obviously. I don't want a full meatball. Okay, let's see. That is yummy. That tomato sauce is really nice. It's got I just want to see, it's got lots of chunks and texture to it. It's it's a very fresh, homemade sort of tomato sauce. It's not like the bottle stuff you get at the supermarket. But anyway, I'm just have a little taste of this sauce. That's really good. That is delicious. This is not something you can whip up quickly. It's obviously something you've got to plan to make. Because it takes probably about 4 hours, bit under 4 hours, because it takes 3 hours cooking time, just in the slow cook thing. But it was certainly easy, and it was certainly pretty hands-free. So anyway, if you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up, pop over to my channel and subscribe, and I really hope I'll see you next time.